On today's show, we get NBA tough man Kenyon Martin to tell us why the NBA sucks now.
Let's go. Roll the intro.
All right.
Yo.
Coming to you live from Philly. It's the number one rated Paulie Tony Fusco Show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here with Tony Fusco and Tony.
Yo.
Absolutely huge show today.
Yeah, huge show
We're going to tell
today.
you why the experts have concerns about Bryce Young because they're morons.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we'll also show you a moment on ESPN that is so bizarre, we don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, it must be seen to not be believed.
Yeah, but, the big story, of course, these NBA playoffs. The Sixers swept the Nets, continuing to coast their way to a title.
Awesome.
That was good.
Yep.
But otherwise, these playoffs have been an absolute embarrassment, haven't they, Tony?
Terrible.
Terrible. And, the refs, they're just making these terrible calls. They're rejecting players for just, breathing on other players.
Yeah, for not doing anything.
It's time, we think it's time someone just stepped in, and stopped the NBA from ruining the game of basketball. So today, we're turning to a man, an NBA legend who truly knows how the game should be played.
Yeah.
He's an all-star, one of the all-time leaders in flagrant fouls,
Legend.
Yeah, his name is, of course, Kenyon Martin, former Net.
Can't wait.
Yeah, former Nugget. And, we're going to see if he's going to do something and, man up and try to fix the game once and for all.
Yeah, and as they say, it's time to put his mouth where his money is.
Yeah, and on the subject of what you should be doing with your money, it's time right now for a word from our good friends at Peloton. Do you ride a bike out on the street? Why? You have a death wish or something?
Yeah. Why are you putting your life on the line when you can bike in your living room at home for the low initial fee of $2,670 plus tax and delivery?
Exactly, and good news. We've arranged a special deal for all of you, our millions of listeners and viewers out there. Go online now, enter the promo code Fusco, and you'll receive 5% off your first month's subscription fee. Offer can only be redeemed after year 10 of your subscription. Peloton.
Boom.
All right, well, now
Another
that we
check.
got that business out of the way, get that check, it's time to get into our top story.
Top story.
Of course, so many big stories surrounding the NFL draft, but the concerns about Alabama quarterback Bryce Young coming from experts who are morons.
And don't know anything about anything.
They don't know anything, Tony. They keep focusing on these stats, which they say are important, like height and weight.
Who cares, height and weight?
Exactly.
Please.
Who cares? People, all you need to know is one thing about Bryce Young. He's got the Nick Saban seal of approval.
That's all that matters.
Exactly. When Nick Saban coaches a player, especially a quarterback, he's good. I mean, all you got to do is let's look at the list of recent QBs to come out of Alabama. Jalen Hurts.
The best.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Fearless.
Mac Jones.
Up and coming.
A.J. McCarron.
Currently dominating the XFL.
Jake Coker.
Key member of the Cardinals practice squad.
Greg McElroy.
Great broadcaster.
Yeah, well, as you can see, the list goes on and on there. Right?
Exactly. We could do this all day.
Yeah, but, there's other stories out there besides the NFL draft. An even bigger story out of the league. 5 NFL players from the Lions and Commanders suspended for gambling on games. Now, we're not going to bother reading the names yet because we want to spare these men further humiliation.
Absolutely.
And also, we've never heard of them. But, Tony, this just makes no sense, doesn't it?
Makes no sense at all. I mean, what do we always want to hear an athlete say? That he's betting on himself.
Yup.
I think we should applaud these players for betting on themselves.
Totally.
Personally, if I found out a quarterback bet $5 million on himself in a game, then I'd say, wow, what confidence. Good for him.
Yeah, great point there, Tony. And, these poor players who got suspended, you look at them. They play for the Lions and the Commanders.
Horrible.
Why are we punishing these, of all the players, for gambling? If you play for the Lions and the Commanders, well, you have nothing to play for. You're not going to the Super Bowl. So, shouldn't these crappy teams, be allowed to bet? Maybe take the Commanders, you throw them about, $100 million before the season and tell them to bet it. That way they can stay interested through the season, right?
Absolutely. It would be more interesting for the viewers, too. Think about it. you could compare bets before games. Like, let's say if you found out Jared Goff has bet $5 million on his team, but Taylor Heineke only bet $1 million on his team. I'm taking the Lions.
Terrific point there, Tony. And, we all know Roger Goodell, the league office, listens to the show. So, don't be surprised, people, if these suspensions get lifted any day now.
Absolutely. Great point.
Yeah, turning to less shocking NFL news, Tony. Earlier this week, the Jets and Packers, they finally announced that they've completed the trade for Aaron Rodgers. Now,
finally.
Exactly. This story, of course, is not interesting at all because we all knew it was going to happen. Been going on for months.
Like 3 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. But, what is interesting is how ESPN insider Adam Schefter broke the news, quote unquote, on ESPN. Here, watch this clip.
Oh, Laura, we have breaking news right now. Breaking news. Aaron Rodgers officially is being traded to the New York Jets. And it just came down moments ago in a trade involving 6 picks. Aaron Rodgers is going to the New York Jets. It's official. It is happening, finally, after all this time. We've been waiting for this trade to happen, and now it is. And here are the details of the trade that just came down. The Jets are sending their first-round pick this year.
Look at this big reaction.
Their second-round pick this year. Well, hold on. Big Swagoo, hold on. Their second-round pick next year, it's a conditional pick. They get back the Packers' first-round pick this year and a 5th-round pick, but the trade is coming down.
Here's my question for Adam Schefter. You call yourself an NFL insider. Why the were you so surprised by this?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about this for the past 3 months, Tony, right?
Exactly. And look at the panel here. They host a show called NFL Live. They've been talking about this for 3 months straight. Did you forget the other 60 shows you spent talking about this?
Yeah, exactly, Tony. Maybe they're onto something. Maybe this is the way we should be delivering news on this show.
Yeah, exactly. So, maybe we should use their approach.
Exactly. So, what we've decided is we're going to do a new segment on this show called Breaking Obvious News.
Breaking Obvious News.
Okay, Tony, this news just in. The Chiefs have signed QB Blaine Gabbert, but he is not in consideration to be the team's starting quarterback.
Whoa! Wow. What?
There you go.
Wow.
Crazy, right? Could not
Unbelievable.
See that coming.
I can't believe it.
And here's another one, Tony.
Breaking Obvious News.
This one just hot off the press, too. Fresh from ESPN. The Cincinnati Bengals have picked up Joe Burrow's 5th-year option.
Whoa! No way! We weren't sure what they were going to do with Burrow.
You couldn't tell which way they were going to go. Maybe release him. Maybe trade him or something. But they've gone ahead and committed. There you go.
Wow!
That's breaking
huge.
Obvious news.
Breaking Obvious News.
That was great.
All right. Finally, one quick note on the NBA. Joel Embiid, we've all learned, has a sprained LCL, whatever that is. But, Tony, I don't get why Adam Silver isn't stepping in to delay the playoffs with all these injuries going on. Everybody's injured. Kawhi was injured. Giannis.
Exactly.
The NBA is an entertainment product. If you don't have the stars, well, then you should postpone your product until you got them. Isn't that right?
Of course. We see this all the time in Hollywood. If Tom Cruise gets injured making Mission Impossible 6, do they keep making the movie and just put Topher Grace in his part? No, they halt production. And that's what the NBA clearly needs to do here. Move the second round to mid-July or so. That way all the stars are healthy. And by the way, don't get me wrong, I would love to see a Mission Impossible with Topher Grace. No offense to him.
Couldn't agree with you more.
He's great.
Tony. Would love to see Topher Grace in that role. But I see something else right now. It's our guest coming on the line. So let's go ahead and bring him on the Fusco Satellite Network.
Fusco Satellite Network.
All right, this man, number 1 overall pick, of course, in 2000. played for the Nuggets, the Knicks, the Nets, where he went to 2 NBA Finals. But of course, his biggest accomplishment, we all know, is his reputation for being one of the toughest and fiercest players in NBA history. Yeah. Listen to this, 105 career technical fouls.
Wow.
And more importantly and impressively, one of just 3 NBA players since 1999 to rack up 6 or more flagrant fouls in one season. Just terrific there. So let's bring him on the show. Kenyon Martin, a true legend. Welcome.
Welcome.
Those are stats I did not know, so appreciate you sharing that.
That's what we do
on this show.
That's the type of thing we do here.
Yeah. You know, Kenyon, we don't need to tell you this. These NBA playoffs, they're a joke. You know, the refs throwing out players left and right for barely doing anything. You know, they're trying to make the game about, shooting and dribbling and rebounding. That's not what basketball's about. You know that. Nope. It's about crippling other players in the name of competition, intimidating them, threatening to permanently injure them, which we were so good at. Don't you think that we've lost the soul of the game?
Yeah, I would agree we've lost the soul of the game. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you in that aspect. But permanently injuring someone, probably not wouldn't take it that far. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a few nights in the hospital, right?
You gotta walk.
Maybe not permanent.
You gotta walk the line a little bit. You gotta walk the line.
Okay,
well,
fair
didn't
enough.
you knock out Karl Malone once? Didn't you? Didn't you put
with
him on
the elbow to the
once?
head?
Yeah, but no nights in the hospital, though. You know what I'm saying? He went home to his wife and kids.
Well, that's disappointing. I'm sure you were disappointed
didn't go hard
by
enough.
that.
Yep.
But you tried. You tried. Look,
exactly.
But when you look at the way basketball is right now, that it's so soft, does that make you want to cry because they're kind of crapping on the legacy of violence that you and so many of your friends and brethren tried to create there?
Yeah.
It had to be a change. Because I think it would be out of control right now. It was a necessary change, man. It was one of those things where if they didn't, people were going to stop tuning in, and it was affecting their bottom line. So changes must be made.
Well, was there a moment where you thought, all right, maybe this has gone a little too far. Maybe I might have just broken a few laws. Was there a moment like that for you?
No, mine was a conversation. Mine was a conversation with the late, great David Stern. So mine was a conversation, not a moment.
What happened in that conversation? Did David Stern lock you in a room and punch you? Say, hey, enough of this shit, knock it out, slap you across the face? What happened?
With words, absolutely.
Oh.
Wow, he was tough, David Stern.
What did he say to you?
Oh, yeah, no, you to cut it out. It's like his exact words, son. If you want to be a part of this league, I suggest you cut it out.
Wow.
So, I used to have respect for David Stern. I'm losing respect for David Stern here,
So therefore, I walked the line. I walked the line without, you know what I'm saying? I didn't. After that point, there was no more in-game fights or anything like that. So no,
Sad.
Yeah.
I understood. I got the message loud and clear.
Okay. You seem kind of like, what's the word? Kind of zen.
Yeah, very peaceful.
I gotta be honest, it's a little annoying. You're what happened to the Kenyon Martin, who was, throwing around Karl Malone, making David Robinson want to retire. What happened to that guy?
Oh, he's down deep down in there, man. I've had 8 years to suppress that guy. I retired in 2015, so I've had 8 years to suppress that guy and not. Because at home, I'm not hanging off the chandelier or I'm not threatening the dog. And, I'm cool, man. I'm not. But like I said, I react to situations. You look at the only situation. Well, let me. The Karl Malone situation, I initiated. But it was a retaliation for some shit that had nothing to do with me.
Right. You were getting him back for knocking Isaiah Thomas to the floor.
Absolutely.
Right?
It had nothing to do with Kenyon Martin whatsoever. But everything else.
Isaiah Thomas thank you for that? For bloodying Karl Malone? Send you a gift basket or something?
For killing Karl,
he did publicly. Actually, he did recently publicly on the same podcast that I told this story on. So, it was one of them situations, man. I was wired different when I played, and to the effect of my respect went a lot longer and further than me getting kicked out of a game or me fighting in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all about respect.
I think you're missing the whole point there. I think Isaiah Thomas was trying to tell you something. He was saying, thank you for not respecting other people. But
exactly.
How zen are you? Like, let me ask you something. Let me give you a hypothetical. Kenyon Martin now goes to McDonald's. They forget to put his fries in the bag. Do you you go, oh, okay? Or do you put your hand through the drive-thru?
Might climb through the window.
Exactly.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Because they from my son, and my son didn't get his fries. Then we gonna have an issue.
Yup.
No, but
gotta stand up for family. Yup.
Yeah. But not really. They dealing with my food, so actually, I'm going to be polite.
All right.
They dealing with my food, so now we're not going. I don't want the fry. I don't want the basket of fries that fell on the floor and you scoop to the side. Like, we don't want those. So
good point there. All right, you're thinking
great point.
You did bring up your son. Let's talk about your son quickly. I don't want to sour the mood here, but obviously it's a tough subject for you and your family. I'm very sorry. We're all sorry about what's happened with your son, Kenyon Martin Jr. A couple years ago, very sadly, of all the teams, got drafted to the Kings. Terrible enough.
Heartbreaking.
Then even more sadly, he gets traded to the Houston Rockets. The most pathetic organization in all of basketball. How are you helping your son through this tragic and hopeless time for him?
Hey, listen, man. It was a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise getting drafted by the Kings and then going to Houston. No, man, but just it's an unfortunate situation. But it's like I said, it's a blessing for him to be living out a dream, him making a name for himself, man, and.
Hold on just a second.
Let him know, but just let him know.
You want to say a bunch of positive.
It ain't always like that.
Yeah. It ain't always like that. You're all kumbaya, Kenyon. You're too kumbaya.
You do. You got to set an example.
There's a problem with your son.
Every situation ain't like that, man. So,
all right,
listen,
but let's face it. This is a sore subject.
Here's the issue.
I know this is a sore subject, but you look at your son's stats. Of course, I'm talking about his number of flagrant fouls. He only has one flagrant foul in his entire 3-year career, Kenyon.
Yeah.
That's your son. As a father, do you tell him how disappointed you are in him? He's shaming the family name.
How disappointed are you?
It's one, right? It's only one, right?
Yeah.
Only one. And that was some BS. So listen, man, hey, he's failing me tremendously, man. Listen, I don't know where to begin to start, man. Like he's not holding up the end of of the last name, man. So I definitely need to have a talk with him.
All right. Well, let's do that.
There you go.
Here's what I want you to do. Can you come close? Look at the camera, Kenyon, and say to Kenyon Jr. right now, say, Kenyon, I'm so disappointed in how weak you are. I want you to step up and start bashing guys in the head and play the game as it's meant to be played. Make me
some
proud.
Permanent injuries.
Yeah, I thought we got past the permanent injury part of this conversation.
Oh,
I thought we left that in the intro.
You want to talk permanently injured?
Yeah, guess what?
Come back a little angrier next time because you're permanently off the show.
You're permanently off the show. Came out of business. You're off the show.
Go get it. Bring back the old Kenyon Martin and come back. He's welcome on the show.
You need a little less anger management. Off the show.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
Go get in a time machine and come back when you're 20.
Yeah.
Who wants to do some like that?
Bye.
Fusco Satellite Network.
Is he off the line?
Jay, hang up the phone.
Tony, I'm not 100% sure that was actually Kenyon Martin. Did not seem like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't know who that was.
Well, let's just move on. Not let that ruin what was otherwise a terrific show. Of course, we do want to thank our good friends at Peloton. And
wait.
Oh, no.
Oh, you kidding me?
The worst. Definitely not a good friend here. It's Producer Jay. What?
Producer Jay. What?
Corrections.
What? Hurry up.
Well, first, you said NFL players should be allowed to bet on their own games.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it makes it interesting, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's terrible for the integrity of the sport. You really want players throwing games just to win a bet?
No. If there's anything I want to see thrown, it's you out of a window.
Yeah, I'm going to place a bet that you don't make it home alive tonight.
Oh, good one, Tony.
And I'm going to win that bet.
Yeah.
You're done. No more.
No.
What?
Number 2.
What? Hurry up.
You said it shouldn't matter that Bryce Young is only 5'10".
Not even a little,
slightest.
bro.
No.
No QB 5'10" or under has gone in the first round since 2006. So there's clearly a reason why it should be a concern.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're going to be gone in the first round of bullets from my gun.
Yeah, 2006 is going to be the number of holes they find in your body.
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
Great one,
We're done.
Tony.
No.
We're done. No more. What? Go.
What?
Hurry up.
You know, I didn't bring this up last week because there was so much you said wrong. But, Tony, look, you said the word to describe when someone's body starts breaking down is atrophying.
Yeah, bro. Science, bro.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
You're pronouncing it all wrong. It's atrophying, not atrophying.
Oh, yeah? Well, you win the trophy for biggest loser. Congrats.
Yeah. And after tonight, you're going to be pronounced dead.
Oh,
yeah,
great
you're
one,
done.
Tony.
Look at him,
What?
Paulie.
That's a note to go out on.
Paulie.
Actually, this is a note to go out on, Tony.
This is how you go out.
Look at this. Just came across. Booked for next week. Super Bowl legend, Eagles hero Nick Foles will be on the show. Terrific. Just in time to talk about the draft. He's got a great sense of timing, always had. Anyway.
What a great ending.
In the meantime, talking about timing, right now, go on, follow us on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, do it all there. Listen to the back episodes on our pod feed. And Tony, great job as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless show.
There you go. We'll see you people next week.
See ya.